20 years. 2 decades of memories, of shared moments, of dreams built together. I thought we had it all. At least I thought I did. But it turns out, 20 years doesn't make someone faithful. It doesn't make them grateful. It doesn't stop them from walking away the moment they find something, or someone, better. I found out about her affair in the cruelest way possible. Not through confession. Not through suspicion I could confirm. No. I found out because a mutual friend accidentally mentioned it at a dinner I wasn't even supposed to attend. The words hit me like a punch to the chest. She's been seeing him for months. Months. 2 decades of marriage, and she spent months betraying me. I didn't yell, I didn't cry, I didn't beg. I just listened, heart hammering, mind racing, as the reality settled in. That night, I didn't confront her. I didn't even sleep. I packed a small bag, gathered some essentials, and left. I didn't leave a note. I didn't want her to have the satisfaction of knowing how shattered I was. I just vanished. I disappeared into the night, into a life I had to rebuild from scratch. For weeks, I didn't answer calls. For months, I ignored texts. I needed space, distance, and clarity. The first years were the hardest. Pain, anger, heartbreak, they all hit at once. But slowly, I began to reclaim myself. I focused on work, on my health, on friendships I had neglected. I found laughter again. I found peace. And most importantly, I found that I could live without her controlling my happiness. 20 years together, erased in a series of selfish, secretive decisions. But I had survived. I had thrived. Then came the day she found me. It was a Friday evening. I had been living quietly in a new city, working at a job I loved, slowly building a life she couldn't touch. When I opened the door to my apartment, there she was, not ringing the bell, not calling. She had just appeared. Her eyes widened as soon as she saw me, and I swear, in that instant, she understood exactly what I had become while she was busy breaking my trust. Someone unshakable, someone strong, someone who no longer needed her. Why did you leave?" she asked, voice trembling. I didn't answer. Not immediately. I just looked at her. 20 years of memories, of betrayal, of love and lies, all condensed into this single moment. She took a step forward. I made a mistake. I raised my hand slightly, stopping her. You don't get to explain. Not now. Not after everything. Her eyes filled with panic. I could see the desperation creeping in, the realization that she had lost control. I thought we could fix it, she said, voice breaking. Please, just let me explain. No, I said firmly, my voice calm but cutting. I've listened for 20 years. I've waited. I've endured. And now, I'm done. She shook her head, as if she couldn't comprehend the weight of my words. Done? After 20 years? You can't just... I interrupted her, softer now, almost pitying. I can, and I will, because I refuse to let your choices define my life any longer. Her lips trembled. She wanted to cry, to beg, to manipulate. But she couldn't. Not this time. I walked past her to the door. My bag was already packed, ready for the next chapter of my life. You're not going anywhere, she called after me. I paused, slowly turned my head. I am, and you will watch me leave, she faltered. The confidence she had once wielded over me, the way she thought she could control everything with a glance or a word, was gone. In that moment, she understood the full gravity of what she had done. She had betrayed me, and now she would witness the consequences firsthand. I opened the door, stepped into the hallway, not rushed, not frantic, calm, collected, resolute. She reached out, as if to grab my arm. Please, don't do this. I shook my head, gently, but firmly. I'm done. I've loved. I've suffered. I've endured. This is my life now, and I will live it without you. I walked down the stairs slowly, feeling every step as liberation. Every flight of stairs took me further from the life she had tainted, further from the pain, further from the betrayal. When I reached the street, the cool night air hit me, and I felt the weight lift from my shoulders. I wasn't running. I wasn't hiding. I was leaving. Leaving for myself, leaving for the life I deserved. And she stood in the doorway behind me, watching. Her face pale, eyes wide, realizing that 20 years couldn't bind me anymore. Her power over me was gone. Her ability to manipulate, to hurt, to control, gone. I smiled faintly, not out of cruelty, but out of quiet triumph. 20 years together. 30 seconds to end it. And now she would see me leave, and there was nothing she could do about it. That night, I didn't look back. I hailed a cab, got in, and let the city lights blur past the window. I felt lighter than I had in years. I felt free. Because sometimes, the strongest statement you can make isn't a confrontation, a scream, or a fight. It's walking away calmly, decisively, and finally, unapologetically. And in that moment I realized I had already won.